Hello guys, in this tutorial we're going to experiment with layer masks. Now layer masks are a really useful tool to enable you to extract parts of layers and then you can composite them together with other layers to create new images. Now in this example I'm going to take this picture of Doctor Who and some of the companions, and I'm going to take the Doctor out and place her in this image, snowy sort of aurora scene, and then I'm going to finally create this from it. Now to do that I'm going to first unlock this layer by double clicking on it and then just click on cancel. Now to extract the Doctor from the image I'm going to use this tool here, which is called the quick selection tool. Okay, now with this, if I just click, you'll see it starts selecting parts of the images. Now you have to click and hold. Don't worry if it's not perfect at this point, you just want to ensure you've got all of the image that you need to include in it. You can see it's changing as I go around, a bit more of a hair there. Now once I've done that, I need to click on this tool here at the bottom, which looks like a bit of a square with a circle in it, and this is to create a layer mask. So if you'll see now when I click on this, the background will disappear. As you can see, we've still got some of it in there. Now to get around this, the layer mask works on the black and white. So a black will remove parts of an image and white will add to it. So to see this in action, you need to switch to the brush tool. Now the brush tool is a bit like a paintbrush. So you can see now, if I just click and paint over this, this disappears completely. Now if I was to switch to white, you can do this by pushing X as well on your keyboard. If X, change it. You see here now, and I paint, the image will appear back in. Now that is the joy of layer masks. They're completely non-destructive. So anything you do can be disabled and got rid of, and the image will be as it was at the beginning. So I'm going to switch back to black because I want to erase bits of the image. So I'm just going to increase the size of my brush by clicking the square bracket button. You see here now, that's now all gone. I'm going to make it smaller by pushing the left square bracket button on the keyboard. Now to zoom in, you hit the Control and plus on your keyboard. Now I'm just going to paint over these bits here that I don't want to be in the image. Now they don't need to be perfect because at the end of the day this is just going to be used for an example. So I'm just going to keep painting out the bits here, and I'm going to make my brush slightly smaller for these bits. And Control Z will undo anything if you've done anything wrong. So you can see there I've taken out a bit too much of her shoulder. And do the same on this side. Remove bits of her arm. And there we go. So I can refine her hair a little bit, but that is generally okay for what we're doing. So Control and minus will zoom out again. So what I'm going to do now is click on this one here, the move tool, and I'm going to click in my image and I'm going to drag it to this layer here. And you can see if I drag it and then drop it, my image of the Doctor appears. As you can see at the moment it looks incredibly small. So I'm going to transform it and adjust the scale. So to do that I will hit Control and T on my keyboard. Okay, and then I will make her a lot bigger. And I'm going to move her so she's sort of in the corner of the screen here. Excellent. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add some text. So a text tool here, just click on it here and then click anywhere to type that. I'm just going to write the Doctor on here. And I'm going to change the colour, be kind of quite white, pale grey sort of colour. And then I'm going to move it, make it a bit smaller. So double click on the layer to bring up the editor. And see here you got the font size. So I'm going to change it to be about 450. A little bit bigger than that, 470. There we go, so that's in there. Now I can also apply a layer mask to this in a similar way. So you just click on this button here, and using exactly the same rules, I can paint over it using the brush tool, which is this one here. But this time I'm going to change the opacity, which is how transparent it is, down quite low. And I'm going to change the brush type, which is this one here, to a softer brush. Now this time, when I paint over it, so I'm going to use the right square bracket arrow to make this bigger, you'll see that as I paint over this, the background from our star image shows through ever so slightly, but adds a nice effect to it. Okay, now I could do a very similar thing with our image. Now, because as I said to you before, it's completely non-destructive, you can see in this little window here that the original image is still here. So if I apply a similar effect, you'll see that if I switch it to the other one, the white one, to paint through, you'll see that if I click on the mask to paint, I should back around the other way. There we go. So the white one on. I should start to get the image through. So there you go. There's my picture of one of the companions and another companion. And just about get a bit of the third one in. And if I switch it around to the black one, I can take that out a little bit if I've added a little bit too much of them in there. There you go. As you can see, I've taken the image, original image of the Doctor and the companions. I've isolated the Doctor, added her into this image of the Aurora, added some text, and played about with this just black and white colours to be able to create a simple composition. Okay, hopefully that's helped you a little bit. You can now go ahead and create your own ones using this technique, and I look forward to seeing what you create. Thanks for listening. Bye.